Gavin, a tremendous 2-1 win at Halesowen Town this afternoon. Can you sum up your thoughts at the end of that?
We've beat a very good side. We knew that before we came up here. We've done our homework. There's no question about that. Made a slight tweak to the system. Had a good working week with 2 good sessions to work to it. But you know, it's easy for me to praise the management and the work they've put in. But those boys have gone out and carried that out today. And you know, actually it's weird because we could have been more comfortable. I'm not saying we had the possession stats because we always knew we wouldn't. You know, we made no bones about that. It's not about the possession stats. We knew we would spend time about the football. We've come away from home to a very good side that move you about the pitch. So we'd set up to deal with that, and we'd actually got, particularly in the first half, some very, very good chances to actually go and put it more comfortable, and we didn't. I can't remember them having too many of those. So on the shot stat, on the chances created stats, we're well up. On the possession stats, we're probably well down. But that's how it is. You know, we'd set up to do a job today, and I have to pay tribute to the boys and my management team particularly, that they've come and done a very good job.
We certainly did make the most of it. It was a bit of a hearts in mouth second half, but you must be immensely pleased with the way we dug in second period.
The boys have had to run hard. You know, they've had to run hard. We knew that was going to be the case. You know, I'm paying the full respect to the opposition that we've had. I think they were beaten for the first time on Tuesday. And you know, I can't say enough. They've got a very good side and do very well what they do. So yes, there was always going to be that hearts and mouths. It's the FA Cup. It produces that. I'm sure it's produced many of those up and down the land today, and we were no different. But you know, I can't remember too many clear-cut chances from them. And for me, we look at it and go, well, the game plan has worked perfectly. Could have been a bit more comfortable, but you know, I'll take it.
How much of a benefit was seeing them sort of slip up at Bromsgrove in midweek, and sort of how much of our work on shape came into our thinking today?
Yeah, I mean, we were working on Tuesday before they slipped up at Bromsgrove, so I don't think that has any sort of bearing on their performance at all. I think they would probably come out even more determined to put that right, because I think that was a bit of a shock. But you know, we've had 2 sessions this week, and I've asked the boys to come with me on that. You know, I took one on Tuesday, and John has taken the lead on Thursday, which is quite deliberate from our point of view, to just keep different voices coming in with the same message. And the boys have had to come with us on that, because we've had a slight tweak from what we've been doing. Did that have anything to do with Halesowen? No, it had everything to do with the game today. So, done our homework. I don't think them losing had anything to do with it. We're in a position where we can be very satisfied about what we've done today.
That said, at Halesowen there were a few sort of solemn faces after the game, and individually you must be very, very pleased with certain members of the squad who really bounced back today.
Do you know what? In a way, I wasn't displeased with Halesowen. Of course, the result is the result, and the stats are the stats. They've scored 3, we haven't scored any. I thought first half at Halesowen we were very good, and didn't take our chances that we created. Second half was obviously not as good as we would have hoped, and there were a few mistakes that came into play. Listen, Reece, you know, last week I think he's been quite vocal, certainly with Andrew's section, to say that you know he was very disappointed last week. Well, today he can be very, very proud of what he's done. So you know, it's a good character for Reece. He's growing, he's maturing, and he can be very pleased with what he's done today.
You said coming into the game that we were slight underdogs. Without meaning to put you on the spot, is that a slight underestimation of what we can do as a team?
No, I think when you take it into... Listen, I didn't come up here today hoping for a draw. I didn't come up here thinking that, oh God, you know, we came up here today to win the game, and we believe we can win the game. But when you take the whole context of it, being away from home, with the travelling, etc., you've got a team at your level that's doing very well. So you are slight underdogs on paper. That's the way it is, because you're away from home. If the tables were turned and we were at home, then maybe we're slight favourites, you know. But the fact of the matter is, we've come up here as slight underdogs, in my opinion, because everything taken into context, and we've come through it with flying colours.
And our reward is a 4th qualifying round tie. It's the 3rd time for us, but it's a place that you've certainly been before.
It is. You know, I'm desperate for this football club to have an experience. I mean, the first round is always like the holy grail for teams at our level. It's always where you want to be, because it's the chance of drawing a league club. It's the chance of having what we would badge as a big day out. And I'm desperate for that for the football club, but least of all I'm desperate for it for the supporters. I mean, they're absolutely magnificent today, just unbelievable from start to finish. You know, they're making themselves heard, they're out singing, and they're outnumbered, but they're out singing in some respects, travelled up in their numbers today. It's immense, and I'm so pleased with them, because you could see, you know, the sheer joy on their faces at the end, that we've got another go at this, and we can have another go at this, and we will have another go at it. So I'm really pleased for them, you know, and of course I'm pleased for the players.
Ecstatic scenes at the end, and hopefully at Chesham away, all being well next week as well, another tough tie, but at a team that you know a little bit better.
Oh well, you know, a few people said to me, it's not kind to us, is it? Draw's a draw. You know, you can't go into it praying and hoping that it's going to be kind. Chesham is obviously a very difficult game. There's no question about that. It's in the similar sort of mould as today. You're away from home, you're against a team that's doing very well, against a team I know very well, and against a team that we have full respect for, certainly I do. So yeah, it's back to a working week now to try and work out how we go again, because automatically my attention turns to that. We'll enjoy tonight, but tomorrow morning we're planning. We want to go through in the trophy, we want to do well in the trophy. It's a great competition, and you know, unfortunately or fortunately, no matter how it falls, we've got ourselves quite a difficult tie in the first game, but that's the draw.
Thank you, Gavin. Enjoy your win.
No problem. Cheers.